from long range.
Reggie Miller doesn't bang. Come on, you know.
He calls him. Here's McCarty outside for another three. That one rimming off. 3-pointers attempted in the 4 previous games of the playoffs for the Boston Celtics. This is Pierce averaging 28 a game. The step back over Artest rimming off.
In game 2 here, Pierce had a horrendous game, but bounced back in the next 2. So he's capable of having bad games.
Artest hits a 3-pointer. The Pacers on the ball. He manufactures shots. Here's Artest outside. He nearly backed. Tinsley turns him outside. Pierce operating.
This is what you can't let Pierce do. Start moving. You've got to be able to stay in front of him because he's such an unorthodox player. And what Boston has done is decided they're going to keep the Indiana Pacers shooting the ball. They've got a lot of time, 38 minutes to win this game, and they have to figure out how to control Paul Pierce, Antoine Walker at the defensive end of the floor.
Right now Artest laying on Pierce, but he still gets open. He forced up the shot. Another of his 21. And then Pierce raised up with 32 in the second half, 21 in the third quarter.
And he looked equally as bad in that game as he's doing right now.
And he double dribbled the ball, got away with it. Williams sideline, 51 seconds left in the first period, and 10 to shoot for the Celtics, who held a 7-point lead.
Coming with Tim Hardaway, who's at the scorer's table to fill that bill.
McCarty open again for a 3.
So Indiana has to play catch-up again. They've never really been able to control the scoreboard. They've never been able to control the flow out on the floor here in the first 24 minutes.
Artest bangs and bumps across the middle. Switch left to right hand, but T waiting for him. Flagged it away. 1 to shoot. Artest recovered.
Go through a stretch where you're missing, otherwise the scoreboard just pulls away from you.
Walker's 7 for 10, and the Celtics shooting 58%. Mercer jump stop, turns to the hook, wouldn't go. Rebound Artest, he'll put it back up and in, and he is fouled. And fouling for Defensive Player of the Year behind Ben Wallace. He was second in the league in steals, but he's averaging nearly 3 a game.
But let's remember this: a good offensive player, he airs that one out. Yeah. Oh, because the defender is always reacting to what he sees. So when a good offensive player is going good, you just have to take the hit.
Artest for 3. He gunned it in. Ron Artest from long range. The Celtics lead is trimmed to 4 with a minute. Spins away from the lunging Delk. The two make contact. No whistle. Cross court. Artest with a rock. Spins into traffic, found the arms of the Celtics, couldn't get the foul, but got the rebound, trapped on the end line with a reset of the...
And they need to get it done, but they have to win this ball game to keep their season going, to give themselves a chance. Pierce, another miss.
Walter McCarty. Celtics by 5, they led by as many as 10. Pierce well outside the 3-point arc, his 3rd air ball of the night. That one goes out of bounds.
They isolate Jeff Foster. This is not a good position for him against a very mobile Antoine Walker.
Pierce is going to have to create a shot as he leans in on Artest and walks with the basketball. So Artest's defense has been stingy tonight, one-on-one on Paul Pierce.
He has not touched the ball here in the second half.
O'Neal up top will screen. Artest off the pick, drives to the hoop and foul. He'll shoot 2. The power forward, he's switched over and has played a lot at center, and Mark Blunt is getting set to come off the bench as well.
Now let's see if they can put their opponents away.
Artest drills
to get to where they can score some points too close together.
Mercer and Foster juggle the exchange, and then Artest, after picking up the loose ball,
played by Ron Mercer to steal it.
Miller in transition to Artest, threw it on a dime beneath the rim. Artesto is crowded, and Blunt comes up with the stop.
And the Indiana Pacers have been hopes, and they have only hoped a couple of them in. Eric Williams deep.
Oh, he is in deep. Turns and is blocked by Artest, and it comes free to own it.
Some offense. You got to find somebody that can score the ball. Artest pulling his way in.
Oh, Paul Pierce comes across on the weak side with a block. Recovery by Williams is thwarted. Foster with a block out to Miller, leading to Artest. Ripped and fouled by Delk.
Control of the scoreboard. Anytime they've had a lead, it's been temporary.
This is Pierce to the baseline. Looking for an opening, double pumps, tried to sling it over to Blunt, did 3 to shoot, got off the shot and he bailed out.
Been so good here in the second. Tony Delk is the only one to drop a 3. Artest.
Going lefty. Watch him with 9 to shoot.
It is a 14-point quarter for the Pacers.
And this is Artest with a jump shot that bounces twice to the top of the glass, and Blunt with a rebound.
And for the Pacers, you know, what they've got to do is a better job at this end. Now, if they get a miss, they got to get every single rebound.
Ball with his 14th rebound tonight. 5-point Boston lead. Artest across the middle, sweeping left-hander, up and in, powered it up and in over the defense. And Jim O'Brien wants a timeout. Shooting, and Boston now from 3, 8 of 19.
Well, what they can't do is get discouraged. You know, they've got to keep making shots, and then they've got to do a better job defensively. Boston will make 3-point
quarter. Time winding down on the Pacers.
Well, the best way to share the basketball is to pass it. Pierce, excuse me, that is Artest on another improv drive. He gets a whistle, and Walker throws his hands up saying, where?
He was 0 for 2 in the third quarter, and you would think now Indiana would look maybe to go to O'Neal now that they've presumably loosened things up with their ability to suddenly hit.
O'Neal, they're not even letting an entry pass look like it can get in. For 8, suddenly there's offense in the guys in white.
Pierce splits a pair of double team, but jabbed away from behind by Artest, grabbed by Hardaway, chugging away on a 3-on-2 to Mercer. Into the lane, double clutches. 4:20 to play in this one.
Pacers
Hardaway to Harrington.
Pacers have to answer. They just have to keep scoring. They have to keep the game tight. Artest.
Nice move. Going up and under with a left hand by 2 defenders.
8 in the quarter for Artest. That means that other Boston Celtics are going to have to be able to finish plays. 3 guys come in. There's and quarter. Coming back to Pierce.
But Artest pushes him way outside for a 3. Pierce lets it fly and tick the iron.
Well, Reggie Miller likes Tim Hardaway because they speak the same language. Well, the language that Artest is speaking is go ahead.
Hard-nosed bucket again. Knifing in with a left hand.
For Artest, 10 in the quarter, out-dueling Paul Pierce.
The Pacers' first lead since the 4:59 mark of the second quarter. Pierce into the lane. Denied.
Will get it back. Pierce is saying, what do I have to do to get a layup? Artest is been a guy that has been wearing the shirt. Artest, O'Neal, and Ron Mercer. Pierce on his own.
Spins in, doubled out to McCarty, rotated, dealt a quick 3 up, hit the back rim, long rebound. Walker's after it, Foster collides with him, and against Indiana tonight held to 16 points. 6 seconds left, covered by Artest. 3 seconds left. Pierce for the win. Driving into the lane to the glass, ripped as he went airborne, buzzing everything he can with a bad right knee up the floor to Miller. Leads it off the contact, looking for the call. He won't get it. But Artest with the rebound. Taking it is Mercer. Hardaway will fire it up from 3. Terrific rebound by Artest on the baseline. Tight ropes the end line. And for another day with 3:35 left in the overtime and a score tied at 88. No score in the OT yet. Pierce up top. O'Neal brings the rebound down. Hustling play by Williams. Jabs it free, but it's Artest at midcourt. Taken back by Walker. Taken back by Artest. Saved to O'Neal. Isaiah substitutes defensively. Harrington now will have the assignment on Walker. Pierce is checked by Artest. Pierce will take the inside pivot, take a look, hard dribble, pull up Jay, rimming. Team has scored.
Again, Walker with the ball, gonna make the play, got a mismatch with Reggie Miller.
He's got 25 pounds on Walker, nearly juggled it, saves it to Williams. He leans back, a circus shot is short. Artest had the rebound.
They looked at Jermaine O'Neal, got him sealed.
Hardaway picks up the dribble, now cross court to Artest. He's been good at slashing. He drives in, and Boston, in its storied history, has led 3 games to 1 20 times. 20 times in the club. Get it into overtime. Neither team has scored in the overtime. We're scored at 88. Artest to break the tie. He did. Hit it. Puts Indiana on top by 3. 19 to shoot. 25 seconds left in the game. And it's Pierce with a step back. Air ball grabbed by O'Neal. Artest in front court, and there is Walker to foul Ron Artest, giving the Pacers an opportunity now.
Artest at the line.
You have to wonder a little bit.
Go-ahead player I mean, he took what he thought was going to be a shot that would give them a chance to win the game by tying it up.
McCarty will get it to Petit. He'll turn and fire it up. A three-pointer's off. Rebound Ron Artest. He'll dribble up the floor. Boston can't track him down. 3 seconds left. 2-1. Game over here in Indiana. The Pacers win here tonight in overtime.